All right. It's never quite clear when the stream actually starts. So I think we're live. I welcome everyone, Vanessa and whomever else would like, if you'd be so kind as to share the links in case anybody wants to watch the live stream. Most people watch the replays. This is ExO Economy. It's November 9th. I have no idea how many meeting this is. It's been about 1 million. And we've got a good crew here today, so we're going to need to get right into it. We spent a few minutes talking about all of our woes with internet connections in the Bay Area. But it's raining, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to get right into it and hand off first to Eric Patel and our project coordinator, and then Nikki, our head of marketing. So Eric, why don't you kick us off? And it's good to see you here.
Yeah, thanks. Hey, folks. So I think, as everybody knows, I had a little bit of a quiet week for me last week, so I don't really have much to share other than just business as usual. I think Najib and I have been kind of going back and forth on remaining tasks to do for bringing the Exos token to market. I think we have a good kind of point now where we can kind of share that, and then we can have additional folks help us on with whatever needs to be done, decisions to be made, et cetera, et cetera. On the treasury side, the new treasurers have been onboarded, of course. I think, as everybody knows by now, behind the scenes, we're still dealing with, I think, 1 or 2 treasurers that are having some issues with the core treasury wallet. As I think everybody knows, it's a multi-sig wallet. So any transactions that get approved, let's say with proposals and Sway, et cetera, do need multiple people to sign off on it before the money gets transferred. And, even though we have 5 treasurers, of course, 3 out of 5 is still the majority. So we're trying to work through some of those issues as well. And other than that, I don't think I have too much more of an update. So why don't we head over to Nikki and see what she has for us.
All right. This is the week. Town Hall number 10 is this Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. We're basically going to be extending the conversation from last Friday's talk with Peter Diamandis, Salim Ismail, and Eric Poulier on social economies, and basically taking the NFT side of the conversation to another level so that we can take tokenization, cryptocurrency, blockchain use into a new realm that's going to decentralize all of us and make us all wealthy. It's basically anybody can participate in this model. So it's not the top 1%.
Nikki said it, not me. No.
Well, anybody who goes through our onboarding process
can
use these tokens.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd promise that, Nikki. You might want to take that back, but yeah.
All right.
It's a new financial system for sure.
It's a new financial system, but it's basically democratizing access to income and wealth, and whatever you want to call it. It doesn't even have to be wealth.
That's nice.
It just has to be being able to exchange value and survive and live beyond survival. So anyway, all right.
Abundance, we call that around here, don't we?
Abundance. Yeah. Show up Wednesday, you'll find out more.
That's awesome.
We have a new Sway proposal, and this is for Team Brazil. We're basically, I'm putting it in the chat, so please go and vote. This is basically another area of conversation around how to make people exponential through trainings, through collaborations. It's basically a professional mentoring network, and they use attributes from our ecosystem, and they want to partner and be sister economies, et cetera, et cetera. So please go vote for them. On that note, we have ExO Pakistan. We've got Pratik here with us in India with Yena, and now this whole Brazilian team coming on board, and they're all really eager to onboard and get people up to speed on exchanging exos. So in these economies, what we're trying to figure out is, what is that incentive model to get other communities to bring their networks to the table? And is that a commission? Is it a royalty? Is it a gamification? Is it a points and incentivization system? So we're in those conversations and would love any kind of feedback that you have. On that note too, Academy 3.0 is about to launch, and we're going to have monthly webinars, office hours, help desk access, and we're starting November 18th with programming, and we'll have weekly content and monthly content. You can come in, get your questions answered, get some troubleshooting done. We're going to be really beefing it up. Ying has been such a godsend, goddess send, and she's really making a lot of waves in getting people comfortable to onboarding into the wallet and to the exchange conversation. We're building a WeFunder campaign for the existing exoskeleton and human mobility project. And that is actually under the guise of ExO Angels, which is now incorporated. We're a Delaware C Corp. And we're basically going after some funding so that we can sustain some of these projects without having to be so concerned about, raising money in the traditional VC sense. But once we get that going, we're going to be making it so much easier to donate toward causes like Kieran or Mark Hamade, who are both paralyzed from the chest down and need to exercise their bodies to stay relevant in this world so they don't disintegrate. So we want to get them up and exercising, walking a little bit, doing as much as we can to augment mobility so that the brain doesn't go too, because these are two brilliant people in our economy that deserve our help. Coming up in April is we're going to plan a 4th birthday party. Remember, we had our 3rd birthday of the launch of the token this year, and we're going to do a big bash and bring some new toys to the market. We've got some gamification underway. We're working on another 30 doubling challenge, one that makes it a little bit easier with the onboarding and all. I think we'll get a lot more activity and participation in that. So save the date, April 4th. 04, 08, 32, 64 is the birthday. And so we will be launching in April. And we actually have a turnkey package to get people to switch on to this whole idea of value exchange with tokenization. And beyond that, we've actually been encouraged, and some of this, I think Lisa will go over some of the insight success, but we've also had some event success with some promotion. I'm putting the statistics from Vanessa in the box here. And you'll see if you scroll down to LinkedIn, we've gotten 40 new followers in just the last week. And I think that comes from tagging people and being involved in these events and having this really special event like with Eric Poulier, bringing really relevant information about things that we can't possibly self-study on. It's really important that we get experts on board and start to share these quips of wisdom so that we start to be more comfortable in getting into that realm of moving into a new kind of economy, a new kind of commerce. And then you'll also notice down there that the membership is increasing in the community. I think that's a compilation of what we're doing to move across all media fronts and with our projects and our sway proposals. We're getting more and more engagement, which is the whole point.
Nikki,
Yes.
as you know from marketing operations, because of Apple's changes to how they handle data, advertising, targeting, all that stuff, we've had to fundamentally shift our overall strategies. One of the first places we're employing that new strategy to continue to build community and connection is on LinkedIn. And that really kicked off quite recently. So
Good.
It's pretty cool to see. And it's starting to bite.
Yes.
But it's very experimental. So we're still learning. We have some other stuff planned coming.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
gonna be exciting
And
to see how that
actually,
goes.
yeah, just so everybody knows, our core LinkedIn is different from the OpenExO LinkedIn. So there's some of that cross-pollination that needs to happen to really take advantage of everything that's happening on both sides of the coin. So yes, thank you. And that's it for me. How about we go to Angelo?
Hey, thank you, Nikki. Well, from the operational side, we are also working a lot in the Canoe system. We are discussing the new iteration with maybe the new stage of the economy. We are living the ExO builder process and finding better way to connect all of the sense of the economy in a step-by-step process. It's a challenge, and we are asking for all of you to be part of that. This is our economy. That will be a global economy as it's being right now, but it can be empowered if you can be part of that. With your time, with your effort, with your services, with your whatever you want to support with the economy, will be part of that. We are working very hard on that side. And also in our weekly meeting, and I couldn't participate the last meeting because it was my birthday, but I saw it and we are working on it. And I know the team is moving forward. We're trying to discuss technical issues, but also taking care of the information that we are coming to you is clear. It's clear enough. Most of the things that are happening right now in terms of blockchain are exploited in different sides, contents, terms, information, way to use the wallet. And and I saw our wallet is super simple considering all of the other wallets that exist on the market. You know, if you can take a look of the maybe the terror station, which is another token on the market, it's a bit difficult to handle it. You know, it's not easy as our wallet. You know, and maybe we need to understand if you are having issues with the wallet, just solve it. You know, it's super easy. The wallet right now, the core wallet is easy going. And on the other hand, as Nikki mentioned, we are almost clear with the academy in somehow, because it's a challenge improvement. We switch the logo again, and we switch the concept. Right now it's academy. You know, it's an iteration. As you may know, all of the framework from ExO is improving all the time, but the structure is the same. You know, to model a business is a step-by-step process. It's not like a magic that say, all right, this is the business, it's exploited in 10x. You know, it's a lot of hard work, and all of the team is super committed with that, and we're moving forward. That's my update for now.
Who's next?
I jump to Najib.
There is not much update on my side. You know, a few cases here and there that are still popping up with Qt Wallet, like Eric said. We are still pending on the definitions for the gateway, for the DeFi gateway. And that's it. It's not much on my side. Now we'll go with Kevin.
Sorry. On my end, not too many updates either. We from a solutions point of view, we continue to drive things. It is quite slow. The year is coming to an end. A lot of people are looking at 2022. So there is quite a focus on 2022. I have put in the marketplace an opportunity for translation of the exponential transformation guide that I think I have shared at this call before, and the payments of that is in EXOs. So if you want to help in translating that guide, I think it works out to 2,000 words in English, so it's not so many words. It's a lot of pages, but there's a lot of white space. So if you, if you're interested in doing that, you can earn some EXOs. That'll be pretty cool. At the moment, we've got a lot of languages that we don't have people who've applied for. So so if that's interesting for you, do that and get some EXOs. And other than that, I don't think I have much more to update. I did just see a message that Salim is on stage right now at the microdosing conference in Miami, and it's being streamed on YouTube. So there is a link in the circles if you want to go and watch it at a later stage. It seems like Salim's about 3 hours in, but yeah. Other than that, that's me and Lisa. I think Lisa actually just put a YouTube link in the chat.
I did. I just posted the link in the chat of where Salim is. EXO Insight, I believe everyone already knows what Insight is. It's a platform to amplify the voices of the community. So this week we have 3 articles. Yesterday we had exponential attributes to grow your business 10x. Today, the road ahead in navigating in an exponential future. And then tomorrow, empowering leadership. Gender differences are a battlefield. Definitely recommend you check those out. We also have a great new feature on the Insight website. If you haven't seen it yet, we have a new tab for videos. Check it out. The search feature is pretty cool and in depth where you can search even within the text of a video and it'll tag it. So you can go straight to that moment in the video where it says what you're looking for. We have a writing club that meets up every Thursday at 9 a.m. PST on Zoom. If you're interested in joining, reach out to me. It's a great place to exchange ideas and anything you might be stuck with, but we're always looking for more voices for EXO Insight. Exponential organizations, we have almost the first draft of book 1 completed. We're just going in and updating with some more recent updated case studies, hoping to get the book up on Amazon within the next 2 weeks, but it will be probably available early next year. EXO speakers, onboarding some more new speakers and creators this week, and that's the bulk of it for me this week. I think, has everyone gone? Pratik?
Hello, everybody. Can everybody see me? Okay, I have to come here, hide for the video because my fiance will kill me if I work more. Okay, so that's the bit of it. But update wise, we are doing pretty good. We are about to close on the core team for Yenna. If somebody is interested for working on communications or working with us on the execution side, among the core team in the administration, you can definitely ping us, or Manuel Leopard from our team. He's also one of the strategic advisors who would loop you in. Apart from that, we are already reaching our first customer, guys. So it's very interesting. Wait for updates. We'll be presenting on the demo day in 20 days from now. Thank you. I think everybody's done, right?
Yeah, Kent, we can't hear you.
I was
You
just answering a
pressed the hard
community
mute.
member. Yeah. I want to get everybody shirts that just say I'm on mute. All right. So just because we're always on mute. I was just answering a community member who was asking, well, someone who's making a statement that we should do something. And it's quite frankly something we're doing quite vigorously and expansively. And I see this a lot. And so sorry if I look distracted. I was just answering that probably a little bit too voluminously. But whenever I see these situations where somebody's like, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, I'm like, yeah, doing all of that and so much more. How come you don't know? You should maybe read your email. But sorry, feeling a little cheeky today. But at the end of the day, I'm looking forward to the event tomorrow, Nikki. I'm trying to connect with Salim because we really need to coordinate on a couple things, and a couple things that I'll need to brief you on later, which I'll be able to later tonight. And then we got a really interesting person joining tomorrow to be with us. If you haven't met him, Michael is just a very interesting guy. I had a nice long call with him the other day, and he's in a space that I think we need to learn a lot from. So we're digging into that. So I wouldn't miss this one tomorrow. I think it's it's going to be an interesting show. On the liquidity side of stuff, what Najib was mentioning, again, I've just been completely buried with work related to Open EXO, both operations and some fundraising things. And I'm hoping we have some things also to share tomorrow around that. If we get the thumbs up, then we can share some things. So that'll be cool. What else is super interesting? You heard Lisa updating on EXO Insight. I'm trying to think of ways. I have ideas of ways we might link some of the things on Insight to some of the things in EXO's, reasonable way, and not in an overburdensome way. It has to be something that can be on automatic, right? And I don't have the answers yet, but I'm still thinking a lot about that. Pratik, you sent me a proposal around some ways to use NFTs around the book launch for EXO V2. Really appreciate that. I haven't forgotten about that. Just so you know, it's just had to take a little bit of a back seat. The book itself, we've been pushing. There's some really awesome stuff coming out really soon too that's currently press embargoed around the Fortune 100 analysis that Chandra Nagpal did and his teams with Salim. I just can't wait. I mean, it's like I feel like I'm in this weird holding pattern around all this stuff, so I can't wait to get all that stuff out there too. But just all of this is related to the economy, because all of that stuff, even though it doesn't necessarily feel directly related, it drives awareness, it drives engagement, it drives transactions. We just had the biggest month in economy history for the Open EXO marketplace in both dollars and exos, by the way. So you know what, if you need to connect with somebody in our community to do something with you on a project, there's not a better way than to do that. And we're also looking at some really interesting ways. And I had a good chat also with Pratik about this, of opening the marketplace further for other types of opportunities, right? We think of anything that goes in the marketplace as a type of opportunity, but I'm pretty excited about the fact that we're opening the marketplace further and opening our communities. Our community members are the ones that are going to have this capability to leverage the marketplace to do more. So, you know, Eric, like you've got this exponential individuals thing that you do, and you've got other projects and services that Boston EXO does, for example. Wouldn't it be great if you could connect those products and services into the marketplace, right? Just for example. And I've got probably a dozen people who are interested in doing so. So I'm working with the technology operations team to do all the platform work to make that real. I am so trying to get that to be real this year. We have limited resources there, but we are trying. And I've had a couple of community members step up and say they want to help with that as well. So that's pretty cool. It's really starting to feel like a community around here. I'm enjoying that very much. See, I feel like there was one other thing I wanted to say. I have some other news that it's not quite done. It's not fully baked, so I'll have to hold it. I thought I was going to have more of it to share today, but I'm literally still waiting for some thumbs up on some things. And Nikki, I'm pretty much all day today. That's what I'm going to be pushing on to try to get it all ready for tomorrow at 10 a.m. So yeah, I guess I'll have to defer a little bit to tomorrow. So, but yeah, and look, if you're not watching the crypto space right now really, really carefully, and I'm not just talking about Bitcoin and ETH prices, but if you're not watching the development of community around, especially non-fungible tokens, it's crazy. Okay, like it's 1,000 times more insane than what happened, like, you know, with the birth of the internet in the 90s. Birth of the web, before that, I mean, just all the stuff that's happening now around that is just unbelievable. The amount of value that's being created. I've never seen anything like it. And yeah, definitely going to be talking more about that. Okay, so really, really cool. So get out there and read. There's been, go to Google Scholar and search for non-fungible tokens, for example. Read the papers. Don't just read the news, okay? Read the papers, and you'll find out just how crazy it is. It's amazing.
We also have an article in Insight on how to accelerate your creator business with NFTs. So
oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one.
That
That was
out as
Angela,
well.
right? Was
Yeah,
that Angela wrote
Angela.
that one? Yeah. Yeah, again, and just to double down on what Lisa said, you may not know this, okay? I don't know. I'll say it again. Open EXO is a company that's part of this community, like any, it happens to have birthed it, but it considers itself part of it and a steward of things. But the EXO Insight is a media publication launched from the EXO Media Division of Open EXO. There are two other divisions. There's solutions and there's training, right? Everybody knows about the training here. We've probably all been through it. Solutions is mostly run by Kevin and myself, and it's where we try to attract and find what we think of as demand for the supply that are the people that are trained in training. Media, though, is where we shout about it, and it's where we attempt to amplify the voices of the membership of OpenEXO, or amplify the voices of OpenEXO. It's working. It's growing. It's growing double digits week over week since we launched it. And since the merge of the Video Hub into the Insights publication, we've seen between 200 and 500% lift on eyeballs. We're projecting over 10,000 eyeballs this month looking at our stuff, our videos alone, and I'm not even counting the article impressions. So when you combine it now, we have enough heft that is starting to look interesting to potential sponsors and things like that. So this will provide more fuel to do more marketing, to amplify our voices more, and get our projects out there. So you got to write about your projects there. We're literally spending money, real dollars, not ExO's only, but real dollars, promoting these articles and the topics like leadership. The leadership topic on Insight has developed so fast, right? And I mean, none of us could write an article a day and develop leadership like our community developed the leadership topic that's available on Insight, for example. And I'm just thrilled. Like I don't know. That's why I want to tie it to incentivizations and compensations and membership and all kinds of things. You know, these folks that are helping to contribute to our hive mind around topics like exponential leadership should be recognized. So at the very least, go and click. They get a view for that. Share it on LinkedIn or any social channel you're a part of. Literally, it's the best thing you can do is to share it, watch it, read it, contact the author and tell them thanks. It means a lot when you're writing for your community, not for pay necessarily, right? So do that. Yeah. Sorry for the big advertisement for our media division, but you know, media training and solutions, training brings in the supply, solutions brings in the demand, media shouts about it out to the world, and we're promoting ourselves, which is super cool. It's a very Dow-like thing to do, isn't it? You might think. So that's not a coincidence. So there you go. All right, those are my updates and thoughts today. We're at 8:40. Does anybody need anything? Are you stuck? Are you blocked? What do you got going on? Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to give everybody 20 minutes back. Nothing in the world wrong with that. This video will post on YouTube, and it will be there for replays and sharing if you wish. I'll get the thumbnail uploaded in just the next few minutes so it looks as pretty as all the rest. Yes, Kevin.
Just quickly, it's got nothing to do with the economy, but it's got to do with the crypto world. So this, I think, was last night in Cape Town. And so this is on one of the buildings. And I don't know if you know the company Luno, but they're a crypto wallet that was founded in South Africa, but it's available in a bunch of countries around the world. And so this was their party for the sort of like switching on of the lights. So in the city of Cape Town, you have the 4 big banks all have their logos on top of buildings. And so now like Luno's in there, and there've just been messages, you know, people just saying, yeah, the future's coming, because there's a crypto wallet which has its sign massive on, it's on all 4 sides of the building. So no matter where you are in the city, you can see this Luno. So it's quite
bright. That's a bit Sauron-ish there, but yes. It's like, yeah. Wow, that reminds me. Did you guys ever see a picture of the Salesforce Tower at night in San Francisco? Whoa, it's so weird. You gotta go find a YouTube video or something. It's like, especially Halloween, they actually turn it into the Eye of Sauron sometimes. It's just too weird. But anyway, that's great. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, seriously, yeah. The art world is completely disrupted. And I just read a really long, boring paper on the difference between securitizing art and not securitizing art when you launch it in crypto, for example. I was curious about that. I might have some other fun stuff to report about my kids later, but that's for another day. No, for another day, they're doing some interesting experiments. Let's see, hang on. And I've got, let me just check. Somebody sent me a message. Oh, okay. Yes, I can do that. So I will keep this call. I'm going to end the stream now. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to give you back 18 minutes. Thank you, Kevin, for the view from Cape Town. And hopefully you get your power stuff sorted out there soon. That's terrible. That's the worst. I went through tons of power outages here, a year or so ago, 2 years ago during the wildfires. It was terrible. the worst. I had my
Yeah.
minivan. I found a way to hook my minivan up to my AT&T fiber optic router and power it to get my Wi-Fi to be able to get an internet connection using my minivan as a generator.
Of course you did.
Of course, yeah, it was awesome. I mean, everyone's like the whole neighborhood's dark. I'm like sitting there in my minivan on my laptop. But anyway,
That's
all
awesome.
right. I'll talk to you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks so much. Have an awesome rest.